no matter what happens now, I have the knowledge and the tools to always be able to financially provide for myself. And that freedom, you can't put a price on it.
Um, how much time do you spend trading?
So in overall, all of my trading, I probably spend, I'll say, a half an hour a day.
Okay.
When I started with your group, I first started with the blank check program. So in that trading, if I'm not making a trade that day, I probably spend 5 minutes, and I check twice a day, which more out of curiosity than necessity. I could check it once a day. If I'm making a trade, I might spend 10 to 15 minutes analyzing what I'm going to do, and then I make the trade for the month.
Okay. And so what have your results been so far?
So I started trading live on blank check program in February of this year. And in that 8 months, I've averaged a 7% return per month.
Very nice.
And so far I've made 16,500. I started just with the minimum amount to open an account on TD Ameritrade of 10,000.
Okay.
And I have added some more money so I could expand the number of contracts I traded.
Awesome. So what's your goal? Is it to put it aside for retirement, or double your income, supplement the income so you can retire early?
Put it aside for retirement, and then in hopes of retiring early in the next 3 to 5 years.
So basically you're gonna so you're gonna leave the money in and just keep growing that account?
Yes.
Okay. How long do you think it'll take?
So with the blank check trading in conjunction with my equities trading, which I was just starting before getting introduced to your podcast, and we can talk about that, but I was just starting to kind of glean in on the selling put strategy and your passive trading, the wheel strategy, right before I started listening to your podcast. So between the two accounts I have, I hope to be able to retire in 3 to 5 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're about 5 to 7 years early.
I am doing so well that I mentioned to you, the financial advisor, when I went last month for my tax checkup, said, you have to stop trading for the year or you're going to throw yourself into the next tax bracket, and you do not want that. So now my focus has become the tax aspect of it all. So again, kudos to your podcast, because you address those types of things, all the Section 1250. Oh, I was going to say, so yes, it's a first world problem, and I'm kind of on the teeter-totter as well. It's like, do I keep working, or now you have given me the freedom of time choice and choice. I could make what I make at my job trading. Do I do that full time, or do I, stick with the job as long as I can, and then knowing that I do have the freedom of choice, that if it gets to be too much or I don't want to do it anymore, then I can walk away from it. And if you had to ask me what was my biggest challenge in implementing it, was just grasping the simplicity of it. I was like, okay, and granted, I did come in knowing the fundamentals of option trading, but I went through there's only 6 lessons, and so I was like, well, I must be really tired. Maybe they're more on a different page, or I'll look at it again tomorrow. Nope, I came back and I went through the 6 lessons again, and I went, okay, let's do it. Took a deep breath and placed a trade, and it's been good ever since.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah. I always try to keep it as simple as possible. And sometimes, like, as options traders, if you come in learning about options, and like you said, you go to the council and they tell you, oh, you got to know the Greeks and you got to know the gammas and the vegas and all this stuff, and people come in and they're like, what about this and what about that, and I'm like, you don't need to worry about it. It's like
And there's, with options, there's so many strategies and strangle, straddle, this,
yeah.
iron condors, blah, blah, and people just get overwhelmed. I don't know where to start or how to do it. And when you look at your system, you're just like, nope, just follow the straight path that I've already blazed for you. And it'll all, no matter what happens now, I have the knowledge and the tools to always be able to financially provide for myself. And that freedom, you can't put a price on it.
Mm-mm.
And I can't thank you enough. I owe you immensely for that.
No, you're the one that did all the work. So,
but you shared it, and
yeah.
so
Yeah,
you didn't give up on me. Choice, and that's a good feeling that I'm not locked in, and if the job gets to be too much, I can walk away and trade full time, and I'll be all right. And if the job holds out and I retire in 3 to 5 years, then I can enjoy more time in retirement doing things I want to do and giving back, because that's all what it's about as a human.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get older, time is money, and it's worth the cost of the program to gain that knowledge and have it all laid out for you versus spending so much time trying to dabble on your own and figure it out. And with your program, the Facebook group is all very supportive in sharing their ideas, and as well as the weekly calls. It's a great community.
Well,
they're very welcoming and open to everyone's ideas and to learning new things. Overwhelmed. And anyone thinking about going into these programs with Alan's team, just have faith in the process and the programs. He and his team are there to support you. It's not some fly-by-night, answering service. You can get a hold of Alan, you can get a hold of his team. So, that kind of puts substantiation behind it. So have faith in Alan's programs and have faith in yourself, because you can do it. Just get past the fear and go for it.